Don't stop.
The hero Garp was completely defeated in the final battle with his eldest disciple Kuzan. Episode 1121 of One Piece anime continues to explode. At the beginning, in the scrap factory of the Navy monster base, Blanlu brought Zangao and Finbudi to visit the warship sandbags. He said that the two uneven warships in front of them were caused by the long-term destruction of Garp and his disciple Kuzan over the years. At the same time, they also set the rules of the warship sandbags during training, that is, they cannot use haki or fruit power to hit. Presumably, the power of those heroes is also acquired through acquired training. Then at the end, they came to the Beehive Island. Garp's various killings have awakened. The sleeping wolf was furious and was about to kill. But just as he was about to do it, Garp jumped up at lightning speed and punched him with an iron fist. The top-level impact force directly knocked him into the sea. The soldiers said that Garp was too scary and they quickly killed the seven. The captain fished it out, otherwise it would be drowned alive. However, the big barrel Jot didn't approve of Garp's strategy at all. He immediately picked up the wine pot and took a sip, before using a move of 9mm furnace fire to spray it. Facing this high-temperature flame, Garp directly grabbed 3 small fish on the ground to act as a human protection team and blocked the attack quite calmly. Then he threw the small fish on fire in his hand to the surroundings, and the small fish screamed. Just when Garp wanted to take action again, Peacock called and said that everyone had been successfully transferred to the sea and asked for the next plan. Garp said that they could return now, and then asked Kobe and others to prepare for evacuation. He also complained that Fengchao Island was really a real pirate amusement park. Small fish continued to pour out one after another, but as soon as he turned around, he was intercepted by the eldest disciple. Facing such a situation, Garp knew that it was impossible to escape directly now, so he asked Kay. The 3 of them were ordered to run to the shore at full speed without stopping. Obviously, he wanted to sacrifice himself to save the lives of the 3 people. But on the way, Kobe heard a cry for help from behind. With his kind heart, he unconsciously went to rescue the prince next to him. He found that this was a trap and wanted to call Chibi to go over, but it was too late. The invisible man Zilyu rushed towards Kobe at lightning speed. In order to protect his beloved disciple, Garp risked his life to block the knife. Despite the heavy blow, Garp's performance remained unaffected. He pinched Zilyu and smashed him to the ground. Noticing the other party's injuries, Garp recognized Zilyu, a thug from Push City. In addition, Kobe is madly condemning himself for his previous behavior, but Garp reveals the situation and says that Zilyu was coming for him from the beginning to the end, so it has nothing to do with Kobe. At this time, the soldiers know that Garp is seriously injured and are calling for him to be captured. According to the bounty order issued by the Cross Guild, Garp is worth about 3 billion berries. Just as the small fish rushed forward, Kuzan rushed up and shouted, "Even if Garp's hands and feet are tied up, it will probably take you 10,000 years to take him down." When the ice gloves and the iron fist collided, Garp fell into. At that time, he was still young, but he accidentally met Kuzan in his youth who came to learn from him. Although Garp was a little impatient in the face of such a request, he still accepted his first apprentice. During the training, he strictly required Kuzan not to use haki and could only fight with bare fists. Warship sandbags. Day after day, the friendship between the two gradually deepened. Garp would also confide some of his troubles to Kuzan, such as his son Long wanted to join the Revolutionary Army and his grandson Luffy was determined to become a pirate. After that, Kuzan worked hard with his mentor and his studies were not as good as before. Yucheng was promoted to admiral, and the brief memory ended. Garp lamented that someone had once caused him a lot of trouble. Now that you have been officially expelled from the sect, a big fight is about to break out. Both sides are fighting with bare fists, but these 2 punches seem to contain domineering energy. After the 2 powerful forces collided, both of them were blown away. At this time, Pizarro was shouting at the prince and others below. He said that it was impossible for the other party to leave here because he only needed to touch the island's mechanism lightly, and thousands of pirates would swarm out. Also, you don't think that the ship will be safe once it leaves the port, right? If so, you underestimate the power of my island fruit. At the same time, Yunkei on the ship came to his senses. He was a little bit condemned when he learned that Kobe and his men were still staying on the island, but he comforted them that they would come soon, and everyone would be relieved as long as you were fine. But while he was talking, the soldiers saw a huge weapon not far away. When they looked closely, it turned out to be Pizarro of the inverted fruit. He waved the theater and said arrogantly, "Tomorrow's newspaper will publish the headline like this. The hero Garp led a young elite force to attack Beehive Island to try to rescue Kobe, but the result was not. The entire team was annihilated. The person who destroyed them was the captain of the 4th Division of the Black Group." Pizarro saw that the captain was about to smash the boat. Kobe started to jump up and down anxiously, but Garp, who was lying on the ground, said something meaningful. "Calm down, justice will eventually."